but I do have to extend a thank you to a team who is not here, not even in Michigan, Team 2486, the Coconuts. This team, they actually gave out the idea for a Chairman's Exchange on Chief Delphi, and I got really interested in it earlier in the season, and I'm like, hey, how do you do this? So they helped me out a little bit, and I modified it here so we can run it smoothly. Usually it's for an event that's during the season. It's for sharing your presentations during the season, like before you go to present at an actual competition. But that's not what this is. So we can change it a little bit, but it's still, I need to thank Coconuts for the idea. All right. Alright, so this is how the event's going to go on. We are going to have two different kinds of style. We're going to have presentations, which is you're going to be seeing either a read-through or a presentation of what the team presented this year at the Chairman's, or you're going to be seeing an interview, which is just a set of questions that a team has agreed to answer, and it's all about Chairman's. So either way, you're going to learn a little bit. I really hope that this event sparks more conversation with chairmen, because at least to me, it seems really, really closed off. Teams don't talk about chairmen with each other. It's just such, a closed off thing, even though it's the highest award you can get, and there's so many teams that don't present because they don't know what they're doing, or they have no understanding, and especially in the presentation area, because people publish their videos, they publish their essays, but who publishes their presentations? So teams don't even have a basis of what they're supposed to do. So I hope that people get inspiration from this and you guys start talking to each other. After this event, I hope you guys are like, hey, I really like that thing that you were saying in that question. So, can you tell me more about it? So that's my hopes for the event. Before we get started, we're going to be going first. We're going to be giving our presentation. I have to say I'm going to be a stand-in for one of our presentators. I can never say that word right. Presenters that cannot come here. Already you can tell I am not a born presenter.
We're a wee bit nervous.
A little bit. I'm going to do a few basic questions to them, like they are not part of my team, and then we will get started with our presentation. So, welcome. Hi guys.
Hello.
What's your names?
David.
I'm Katie.
Alright, tell us a little bit about your team.
We are TZ280. We are from Taylor, Michigan, and our team is about 16 years old.
Okay. What was your experience like when you were creating your presentation this year and creating your character testing?
I think it was somewhat easy. We did have our very challenges, like coming up with an idea was pretty challenging, like it always is. Making the script, we had a few obstacles we had to overcome, but it was, obviously it turned out in the end.
I think it really depends on your not saying your thinking process, but just sometimes you get those random sparks of inspiration, and I think that's why it was a little different than previous years.
Yeah, I'm just going to say for character a little bit. We did actually lose an entire week to snow days, and
Well, a lot of us did, though.
yeah, a lot of teams lost a week to snow days, but we did manage to get this all right. So yeah, so Michigan winters suck. Boo.
Yeah.
Is there anything you plan on doing to improve your team and your submission in the future that you'd like to share?
We plan on doing a couple more things with communities that will obviously help the presentation.
We're helping out our local Moose Lodge. We're trying to get closer with them. We're actually collecting pop tabs, trying to help fund their reconstruction of their building. We are also trying to post more Chairman's Exchanges, of course, trying not just to help us, but help everyone else. And not just to help teams, it's more of, if we do this, it's to help the community in general throughout the state.
And did you learn anything important over the season that you'd like to share with the rest of the teams here?
Don't get too stressed out when you're having a problem. Like say you're presenting and you mess up. The judges don't have a written script in front of them, so if you go off the beaten path a little bit, they're not going to know. So just try to quickly recover, realize where you went wrong, and just keep going, and they probably won't even know the difference.
Do you have tips?
Things will happen in the room, like maybe
You really want to find a few things that you're super proud of, and you really want to push those, because if you push them enough and make them impressive, the judges will be impressed. If you just, give them a bunch of little stuff, they're like, oh yeah, but like if you give them a big thing, even if it's not the biggest thing you do, but it's the biggest thing that you're proud of, then the judges will really like it.
You also have to have fun when you're doing this. Because
Yeah.
it can get mentally stressful, and if you're not having fun, it's just going to seem like you're no work. I should say it's too much work and no play. I mean, you have to have a little bit of, kind of have an equal medium.
All the judges did appreciate that we were more like kids than like some teams pass off with business, and that's really great. Like I admire those teams, but all the judges did appreciate that like we were more having fun with it, and like
Instead of just like straight up a script, I mean, we like to talk to them a little bit more instead of just trying to stick to main points. You gotta act like you're having a real conversation instead of just reading off a script. Some teams actually don't have a script for their tournaments.
And that is perfectly fine. A lot of different teams have a lot of different presentation styles, and I like all of them. You just got to find what's going to work for your team. So, you guys ready?
As a lot of All right.
Hi, I'm Laurelyn Peeler. I'm a team leader and the head of chairman of TNT 280.
I'm Danny. I am a team leader and also part of the build team.
hi, I'm Katie Hutter. I'm a team leader and the safety captain for our team. And this is the TNT truck, a visual representation of our team.
It's been through a lot. As a 1998 model, it's not the newest thing out there. It works great, but we're always looking for ways to improve it. We're going to hit the town for some tune-ups, and you're along for the ride.
Our first stop is the first shop for some new windows. These will give us a brighter and clearer look at the world, just like how First does with our students. First really impacts what the students want to do with their lives and gives them great chances to achieve their dreams. In the past few years, many students are shooting for scholarships, and many more have said that their time on the team has changed what they want to do in their high school.
Now that our new windows are installed, we're going to head over to the Gracious Professionalism store to pick up a new toolbox. We always like to be prepared in case we come across another first team who needs our help. TNT is a proud member of DADRA, the Detroit Downriver Area Robotics Alliance, an organization of multiple teams that band together to assist each other through the FIRST program. We personally allow any team access to our machine and weld shops.
With proper safety precautions, of course.
And over 4 teams accept this offer every year. We don't just deliver our help to DADRA teams, though. It's a common sight to see a TNT shirt among those other teams in multiple pits, if not all of them. We've also helped our chairman's teams by providing video consent forms at Livonia and plan to do this at future competitions. We've worked with over 100 teams in the past 3 years, and we're reaching even more every season.
It looks like our toolbox is packed up, so we're going to head by Outreach Auto to get ourselves some awesome first decals. TNT enjoys helping the community in any way possible. Some of our smaller projects include collecting pop tabs for our local Moose Lodge and creating Renani Valentine's Day cards for the University of Michigan cancer patients. We volunteer at local events like an annual coat drive where we collected over 300 coats last fall. Additionally, we set up a booth at Relay for Life for the first time last year and introduced FIRST to one of the biggest annual events in our town. We're looking into improving our anti-bullying campaign to continue growing our community involvement.
Oh no, it looks like the gas light came on, so we're stopping at Partner Pit Stop Full. Like a truck without gas and oil, a team without partners and community support will not get very far. We maintain a close relationship with our partners. As they come to visit us for tours of our facility, we go to their events like Ford's Take Your Kid to Work Day. There we show off the robots to employees and unemployed. We have regular announcements in the school. We present the robot at freshman orientations and school assemblies. We also have flyers all over our hallways asking everyone to come check us out.
We're coming near the end of this trip, and our next stop is STEM Road to make sure our lights are in top shape. Like a good headlight, TNT guides others and puts a spotlight on FIRST and STEM. To promote FIRST awareness on a wide scale, we use our social networks like Twitter and our Facebook page, and go to technology-based events like MakerTrainer. We know it's just as important to introduce STEM to younger students as well, which is why we present at elementary schools, judge the local FLO competition every year, and pass out custom TNT-themed coloring books. This is all in addition to our current efforts to get FLL and FTC teams into as many schools as possible, and including out-of-district schools.
We're off to our last destination at Dynamite Auto Repair to check on one of the most important parts of the truck, the We, the students, are what's under the hood of our team. We're proud to say that we bring together students of all kinds, from football players, band members, and artists, to students of traditionally rival schools. And because of the FIRST program, every student has several opportunities to reach for and explore STEM fields. The first hour of every meeting is dedicated solely to students helping other students with homework. This peer tutoring program not only boosts confidence, but also helps each other act at academics. To create a family atmosphere, we eat a team-wide dinner every night of the build season, and the bonds this creates helps us work at our very best. That's not to mention all the opportunities that being on the team presents, from scholarships to interesting career pathways.
This is coming to the end of this journey, but we're never done. This TNT truck has a lot of upgrades coming. Starting with our teams, expanding our safety program, and internet presence, plus getting more students involved in STEM are all on the road for us. We're TNT 280. We're driving toward a better future, not just for us, but for everyone.
We're going to have team 3175, Night Vision, come up here and do a little interview. So what are your guys' names?
I'm Kim.
I'm Anthony.
And your roles on the team?
I'm lead coach mentor.
I do a lot of stuff.
Basketball trades is his name.
Every team needs some.
Yes.
All right, so on to the questions. Tell us about your team. Where you're from, how old you are, how many members you have.
Okay, we are from University of Lincoln in Grosse Pointe. This is our, we just finished our 5th year of being an FRC team. There's about 20 members on the team, and this is our first time submitting for chairman this year.
Wow, cool. How many people, including writers, presenters, and mentors, worked on creating your essays and presentations this year?
We had one mentor, which was her, and then we had 6 students working on the presentation.
Wow.
Sort of. Yeah.
Hey,
maybe one, but the others kind of help edit it. And
how does your team, or how did your team brainstorm when it comes to chairmans? Did you get your ideas from all of your parts?
we would have like groups of people that were not particularly involved in the build, but that's we would kind of get together and talk during meetings. Was kind of unorganized, and we just like, what theme should we come up with a theme? And our theme this year ended up being every year a new first, kind of playing on the whole first name. And because every year we have accomplished something new for the first time, and we felt that that would show and demonstrate our growth over the 5 years.
Well, that's really cool. That actually answers the second part.
Okay.
Were there any major chairman's-related challenges your team faced when it comes to, creating your stuff this year?
Time, resources, we didn't start until really after the build season started, so it was trying to do the build season and the chairman's submission at the same time. So it was a little bit of we felt rushed and hopefully we'll do that next year.
Hey, every year's new first.
Yes, exactly.
What do you think the most important thing for teams to keep in mind when they're either writing or presenting?
Don't start late.
Yeah.
And keep in mind what the message of chairmans is supposed to be.
Why are you doing here? What is the purpose of taking the time to do this part of the season? And what are you getting? Not only what are you getting out of it, but what are you giving to others out of it?
Okay. And do you have any more tips for the teams here?
Delegate the work to as many people as you can get involved. One of the things we had trouble with was getting a video completed. And the one girl, she was our team programmer, she was our head of the chairman's award, and she made the video by herself, pretty much. So it was, getting more people involved in it, especially the younger kids. Maybe they don't know the history of the team, but they just have always something, so that they'll want to do it in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what our questions are now, but when you guys presented, did you use a script, or how did you do it?
We were we had a trifold board, and the first time at Centerline we had kind of talking points and
Like little bulletin?
yeah, like bullet points and like headings, and then we changed it for a Bedford and we put the pictures in place of that to be the cues rather than the words. And I think that was a lot, it went a lot better to Bedford, I think,
You got
because
hired.
we were trying to be,
Yeah, more points.
Yeah.
Awesome, good.
yeah, and, but like, the big thing that we worked on a lot was a presentation book, and that we made 6 copies, we had one in our pit, one for each of the judges, and then extra ones in case somebody wanted to hang on to it for some reason, our judges came around with the pits. And we broke it up into things like, our team organization, community service, our community outreach. And we're working more and more on increasing our community outreach, partly because of this, not so that we can have it in our training books, because it made us more aware of what we were doing.
Okay.
One of the things I was mentioning to a couple of things, we're doing a robot fair at the library coming up in July, and we're trying to invite a few local teams to help us out and participate with us, and get to know each other more, and help you guys.
Okay.
So
That's a really good idea.
the book.
Yeah. well,
Oh yeah. So if anybody, we'll leave it up here. If anybody wants to look at it afterward, you're welcome to do that.
Well, thank you. You can put it out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So we.
I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this, we will be doing a Q&A session afterwards, so we're not having them stand up here for like 8 minutes at a time. But, so, thank you guys very much for doing that. All right, next we have Killer Bees, the read-through of their church presentation this year. And I just have a few questions. So, names?
I'm Sarah. I'm Sabrina. And I'm Kate.
All right, cool. What are your roles on the team?
We all work on chairman.
All right, cool.
We all work in a room that we have we call it the Batman room. It's business and technology, marketing, and networking.
All right, cool. Tell us a little bit about your team, like, how many people are on it, how long you've been around.
We've been around for 19 years. Next year will be our 20th. We have 42 students this year. We all pretty much work together. We have a lot of support. The work is divided, so we have like chairman's team and like market crew and everything, but we all work together.
Okay. What was your experience, or did you guys work on the presentation this year? Yeah. Okay, what was your experience like doing it?
Parts of it were frustrating. really frustrating. We eventually, after reading the Holy Cows essay, we decided that our essay and our presentation were way too fluffy. And so we decided that it needed to be sparkly, not fluffy, that it needed to get the point across clearly and give you goosebumps instead of...
Is there anything you plan on doing to improve the team in your submission this year that you'd like to share?
We definitely, we're obviously going to improve year by year, and I think we're going to take what we learned from this year and try to skip the whole frustration part of the process and skip right to the inspirational, we know what we're doing part.
I like that plan. And did you learn anything important that you'd like to share with the rest of the teams here?
What Kate said about making it informative and great projects, great. You want to do something that makes sure all the teams see you as, wow, I want to work that hard, I want to get up there. You want to be a leader, but the same time.
All right, cool. All right, floor is yours.
Okay, just a warning, none of us are the normal presenters, so...
Okay. The Killer Bees Hive is supported by a strong tree of community footholds, first experience, and constant ambition to keep improving. Team 33 strives to accomplish something more rewarding than just building robots. We aim to provide students with comprehensive, hands-on STEM experiences while initiating and sustaining community efforts much bigger than ourselves. The Killer Bees hope to get every member involved in STEM-related outreach, and in 2014, every student helped build at least one part on Buzz 19, and used these skills to reach out to other teams. I can personally say as a sophomore, I helped rookie teams build bumpers at each competition we attended this year, and my teammates do the same. Inspectors at competitions even called us the Bumper Brigade. Upperclassmen teach and lead, and underclassmen have unique leadership opportunities. And recently the team hosted 50 middle schoolers at a STEM and teamwork-focused field trip at the Troy District competition. Our school community is also very supportive of our team, and Killer Bee students may earn varsity lever for their efforts. According to school tradition, the administration rewards athletic and robotics state championships equally, with a school-wide day-off. The team also works to complement the school's STEM classes, and one of our mentors is offering a Science of Technology robotics class for next year. Team 33 sustains the team with new students through school functions, freshman science class visits, and recruiting from FPC and FLL members. Over 50% of our team are FLL alumni, which provides us a strong trunk of first experience. We build on this through development leagues to teach technical knowledge before FRC season. During the off-season, Killer Bees work on small teams to build tabletop robots while learning engineering concepts from veteran students. In Okra, we apply this knowledge to an FRC-sized robot.
I knew I wanted to join the Hive as soon as team members introduced me to FRC. When on my FLL team, I worked with the Killer Bees at a Lego League camp and saw what my old team members were capable of in just a few years. Now I can help inspire others in the same way. After 19 years of first robotics, the Killer Bees have had lots of experience to draw from. And each year we look to improve in both our robot and outreach programs. Students always look to improve their skills. Whether it's post-kickoff strategy questions or robot sketches or mini documentaries, both Jim and Dean's homework build my skills and help me to contribute to all parts of the team. To help sustain all teams in our area, the Killer Bees branch out to the Girl Scouts by hosting 2 first exposure badge workshops. As a Girl Scout myself, I love working with young girls at the first event. When I asked what they wanted to be when they grew up, they first replied with the expected princess, ballerina, or pop star answers. After interacting with Buff, is 19, over half of my group wanted to be engineers or firsters. During the events, the older Girl Scouts were introduced to an FRC at an all-female competition the Bees helped host. We started 1 FLL and 14 junior FLL teams, and I'm glad to see these girls get to enjoy first programs just like me. Team 33 reached out to teams looking for advice on broad range topics. This year we packaged many of our programs like Purple Lines and Rookie Handbook template to provide for other sources as a source for other teams. In 2013, we expanded our recruits and improved our sponsor relationships by assisting crisis and Project Speedball, and our newest sponsor, Elite Fencing, has established the importance of Killer Bee alumni to the Hive.
The greatest part about being a student on Team 33 is the amazing opportunity we get to see a change we want to make in the world, pursue it, and achieve it. Our driver, Ellen, had an idea to make a year-round first makerspace and ozone to give everyone the chance to experience first robotics. At Maker Faire, she was able to pitch this to the Michigan STEM Partnership, exploring potential locations in downtown Pontiac with grant writers has been an incredible experience. Parents, mentors, and alumni of Team 33 have seen how much students and graduates get out of FIRST and have created a Hive Foundation, short for the Hands-On Incubator for Vocational and Emerging Engineering. Companies and businesses that contribute to Hive can access a database of students with technical experience along with the preferred internship choices. This spring, we hosted a virtual college planning workshop for 25 FRC seniors. The foundation aims to add the expansion of STEM and support students through the transition periods in engineering between high school and college and into careers. I'm grateful for the role models and friends that the FRC community has given me. I decided to use my network for a positive cause and unite the teams in the Purple Alliance. Along with one of my good friends from Team 17-18, we created a common community of FRC teams interested in doing service together and planned monthly service activities for 5 teams. The Purple Alliance brings cooperation to outreach and provides both teams and community networking. And it makes It makes first outreach STEM and I'm sorry, give me a moment. The sentence doesn't make sense. Okay. The old adage that many hands makes light work has never been more true than when it is paired with first ideals. Seeing the faces of the young and old light up as teams work together to bring STEM to our area has been my favorite experience as a Killer Bee. We're also working with Team 2283 from Mexico City to translate Killer Bee templates and way a child smiles when she shoots a frisbee for the first time. It's the joy of working side by side with competitors in the spirit of first. It's the inspiration inherent in Minibot's triple balances and 30-point games that keeps the hive alive and growing. It's what has gotten us here today and will sustain us long after we've graduated. We are Team 33, and